have a full house tonight, as we always do here at our studio in Hollywood, which might be surprising for those of you in other parts of the country who have been watching cable news and believe this city is some kind of totalitarian hellscape right now. It most certainly is not. In fact, let's take a look outside, because I want you to see what it's like in Hollywood right now. You won't see this elsewhere on television. Not only is it not an apocalypse, they're having a Disney Pixar movie premiere right now for Elio, a movie about aliens. Don't tell Trump, he'll send the Green Berets in too, but I just want to say thank God for President Trump and the heroes at ICE for protecting us from these bloodthirsty fruit stand vendors spreading their dangerous pineapple chunks and mangoes with a squirt of lime all over the city. We are so grateful for what you have done. I'm very angry, I have to say. I cannot believe what's going on. I knew it was going to be bad. I did not know it was going to be this bad. People who have lived here their whole lives, people who've been in this city longer than I have, the vast majority of whom have never done anything wrong, are being abducted, which is the correct word to use, by agents in masks, hiding their identities, grabbing people off the street and at work, sending people to detention centers. And to protest that, which is not only our right as Americans, it's our responsibility, Los Angelenos have been gathering to demonstrate, and with very few exceptions, peacefully demonstrate, to voice their opposition to this disgusting and unnecessary abuse of power instigated by our mentally ill president, who is dead set on exacerbating this. He actually wants conflict, who is intentionally inflaming and lying to make it seem like there's a war going on here. He wants there to be a war going on here, and he doesn't care who gets hurt in it. There's no riot outside. We have more so-called unrest here when one of our teams wins a championship. But that's not what you're seeing on TV. Someone sets a fire in a garbage can, 12 camera crews go running toward it. Trump wants it to seem like anarchy, so he goes around, our governor, and he calls in 4,000 troops from the National Guard and 700 active-duty Marines. You know, when we had the wildfires that devastated big chunks of our city, he did absolutely nothing. Now that we're in the middle of a non-emergency, send in the National Guard.
Hey, Mr. President, when is the last time you spoke with Governor Newsom?
A day ago. Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of potential death. If we didn't send out the National Guard, and last night we gave him a little additional help, you would have, Los Angeles would be burning right now.
No, when it will be calm and sunny and 70 degrees, just like it is right now. What a hero. You know, he's always saving our city from burning. Last time we were burning, back in January, you remember he had them turn on that great big faucet that put all the fires out.
They met with a very heavy force, and if they weren't, you would have that city right now would be on fire. It would be burning down. The rest of it, what's left over, because the other fire was started because they wouldn't allow water into LA. They wouldn't allow water into California because they had it all shifted out to the Pacific Ocean, and I turned it around.
Still with it, does anyone believe this? He might be starting to convince himself. That did not happen. He so desperately wants to be the hero putting out fires. He's putting out a fire you purposely start doesn't make you a firefighter. It makes you an arsonist with a hose, okay? It's so nuts. I mean, the President of the United States has been tougher on LA than on Russia. Remember that 2-week deadline he gave Putin to sit down for peace talks with Ukraine? As of tomorrow, it's 2 weeks. But by all means, send the Marines to the Grove. This is an unstable person. I mean, listen to this guy.
They say we're a forest nation. We live in a forest, and they don't have forest fires. And in one case, he said, you know, our trees are much more flammable than California, but we don't have forest fires because we clean the floor, we sweep the floor of leaves. California is a disaster, what they've done in California. They don't do anything. And if you did, you almost would not have forest fires. And you could say in theory, you shouldn't have any forest fires. And we spend billions and billions of dollars a year because people don't clean the forests. And we're going to clean the forests. We're going to start cleaning them.
Yeah, that's right. Any day now he's going to send in a squadron of Roombas to clean it up. He's cleaning the forest. The guy can't even keep the clumps of hair out of his shower drain. And now he's cleaning the forest. And to be fair, some of the protesters broke the law. They're throwing water bottles. 3 Waymos, these driverless cars, got set on fire. which is ironic because the MAGA crowd thinks immigrants are here to steal our jobs. But if you're a driver for Uber or Lyft, you know the real threat is Waymo. You know, Trump lies about everything, a lot of stuff. But it's especially maddening when he's lying about a situation you are physically in. I mean, everyone in this room right now knows none of these doomsday scenarios the president and his minions keep imagining aloud is even, or it's not remotely true. There are no mobs, there's no violent insurrection. There are Americans who are upset, marching to protect their neighbors, no matter what this sick person says.
These are paid insurrectionists or agitators or troublemakers. You can call it whatever you want. But these are paid insurrectionists, and these are paid insurrectionists. These are paid troublemakers. These are paid troublemakers. But these are paid people in many cases. They get money. They're paid.
See, in that little mind, that sticky little brain covered with Aquanet, they would have to be paid, because why would anyone ever do anything without being paid? Right, Melania? I mean, that's how he thinks. Look, there are always going to be, when you're out on the street, there are always going to be nuts who set fires and throw rocks at the police and the military, and they should never, ever do that. And there are also going to be bad members of law enforcement who think it's okay to shoot rubber bullets at journalists. It's human nature. We're human beings, but none of them should be in this position in the first place. Donald Trump created this problem. He's putting the police and the military in danger. He's the one deporting children and their parents without any process. He's the one who has ICE agents outside immigration offices arresting the people who showed up to do the right thing and check in with the immigration office. This is not a problem we had. This is a problem he made and is intentionally doing everything he can to make it worse. He is purposefully pitting Americans against each other to create protest porn for Fox News, because that's what excites him. He knows that the good people are going to stand up for their neighbors, and he's exploiting that. And to those of you in the National Guard who've been thrust into this, when Donald Trump orders you to do something that you know is immoral, try to get your dad's podiatrist to write a note to say you have bone spurs. That resonates with him. He has tender feet. He'll let you stay home. The people he's terrorizing, the vast, vast majority of them have done nothing wrong, ever. They came here to work, to give their families a better life, like almost all of our families did, and they're treating them like they're a bunch of hyenas that got loose from the zoo. But here's the thing, we have to be smart. He wants us to burn this city down. He wants that. He smiles when he sees that. That's why we have to do everything in our power to protest peacefully and to respect the policemen and the women and the military, many of whom probably agree with the people they're now squared off against, because he's trying to make us look like a bunch of savages. But here's the thing, Mr. President, no matter what you do, no matter how much chaos you try to create to distract us, it's never going to be enough to make us forget that your buddy Elon wrote this about you last week, and we do want to see that list. He has been very successful bumping that out of the news. Last week, it was all anyone was talking about. Elon versus Trump. Even the right-wing media was talking about it nonstop and taking it very hard.
Look, you ever watch two parents fight? That's kind of what I feel like I'm in the middle of right now.
I hate it when dad and dad fight.
I would prefer that mom and dad would just stop fighting.
I don't want to see my parents fighting.
They're still together. This is just a fight.
It's a spat, you know? I think it's fake.
They'll work it out eventually.
I'm hoping it's like a Ross and Rachel thing, that it's just a break.
Do we have to pick and choose which dad we want to live with? Yeah, no, I want to live with both of them.
Wait, I thought you guys were against children having two dads. I'm confused. Everyone was talking about Trump on the Epstein list and fighting with Elon. So what did he do? He manufactured a crisis. He got back to what got him here in the first place. Good old xenophobia. I don't know what happened to the states' rights he thinks so much of when it suits him, but I know I speak for a lot of us here when I say, leave us alone here. We don't need you. We don't need your help. We didn't ask for your help. We don't want your help. I thought the idea was to make America great. This is not great. Try to act like a president for once. And in case you don't know what that looks like, maybe this will help, because it looks like this.
We are, one and all, immigrants, or the sons and daughters.
We are the descendants of 40 million people who left other countries to make a new opportunity for themselves and their children.
the lamp of this grand old lady is brighter today, and the golden door that she guards gleams more brilliantly in the light of an increased liberty for the people from all countries.
I'm convinced that the vast majority of Americans today want these people to have another opportunity.
Ours is a party that welcomes generations of immigrants.
If we ever closed the door to new Americans, our leadership in the world would soon be lost.
Immigration is not just a link to America's past. It's also a bridge to America's future.
This is one country. We like our diversity. We are proud of it.
Amid all the complications of policy, may we never forget that immigration is a blessing and a strength.
These people, our neighbors, our classmates, our friends, they did not come here in search of a free ride or an easy life. They came to work.
We don't demonize immigrants. We don't single them out for attacks. We don't believe they're poisoning the blood of the country. We're a nation of immigrants, and that's why we're so damn strong.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Yeah, that's right.